to your on-campus interviews with your host, Venner. I have a men's basketball player, Tyce Dahlberg, here with me today. I'm going to ask him a couple questions about the upcoming season and whatnot, so we'll just get started. So, how's practice been for you guys so far?
It's been good. Got a couple new guys. We've just been working on building conditioning and working on building some team chemistry out there. Been running a lot and getting plays figured out, so it's been good.
Totally. So how many new guys do you guys have so far, and how's the morale of the team going?
So we have 4 new guys this year on the varsity team. We picked up 2 JUCO transfers and then 2 freshmen, and we ended up losing 2 guys last year that transferred out, and so we've just been working on filling roles, and the morale's been good. We're pretty close-knit this year since we have a lot of returners. Chemistry's high, so I think the team's gonna be pretty good this year.
Yeah, totally. So what's been different from last year compared to this upcoming season for you guys?
Well, like I said, we lost 2 guys on starters too, so we're working on seeing who's going to work to fill up those roles. So we've just been seeing who's going to be able to fill and match our play style through the practices that we've had so far, and I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. So would you guys say that you're maybe a little bit more defensive-minded or a little bit more offensive-minded this year?
Well, Coach Selvig loves defense, so
Okay.
we're very defensive-minded. First 2 weeks of practice have been defensive drill after defensive drill just to make sure we get locked in, because that's the way to find the playing court for him. You got to focus on defense and have energy out there at all times.
Totally. It seems like you guys had a pretty good, defensive mindset last year. Pretty successful.
Yep.
So how are you guys gearing up towards your games against Kansas Wesleyan and Chadron State at the end of the month?
We haven't talked about those too much just because they're so far away. Our team's been focusing on sharpening the iron and learning all the plays right now and just figuring out how everybody plays together and meshes well. So that'll come up at the end of the month, but right now we're just figuring out everything as who we are as a team right now.
Totally, yeah. Now's the time to kind of work out some of those kinks before you get going with your season and whatnot.
Of course.
All right, well, thanks for your on-campus interview.
Yep.
Stay tuned because we have another bit after this, the game of Hawk. So we're going to play a game of Hawk, which is similarly to Pig. So since Tyce is unable to play against me today, he has decided to have a sub-in. Who is your sub-in today, Tyce?
We got Dallis Mitchell from the softball team here.
Perfect. Dallis, are you excited?
Yeah, so excited.
Awesome. We'll get started. So I've decided I'm going to go first. For our first shot, we're just going to do a simple free throw. Dang it. All right, Dallis is up for her shot.
So how does I get this?
Yep, no, you can choose any. Keep going off. You ready? Three-pointer, huh? Oh! Reverse leg.
Miss Venner. Build a house with all these rooms.
Thank you for tuning in for our game of Hawk. We kind of shortened it up. It was taking quite a while. Thank you, Dallis, for participating, and thank you, Tyce, for the interview. As always, Hawks are up. Stay tuned for Dallas's in-studio interview.
Hey guys, I'm your in-studio host, Dallis Mitchell, and join with me today, I would like to welcome my new co-host, Xander Beeson.
How's it going? My name is Xander. I'm a third-year student at DSU, and I am from Gillette, Wyoming.
Here with us today, we have our guest, Troy Kuntz. He's an alumni of Dickinson State University and just received the prestigious award of the 2023 Young Hawk. Troy, you only graduated from DSU 12 years ago, so to win an award like this is pretty crazy. What does it mean to win this award?
Yeah, pretty crazy indeed. Super honored, humbled receiving the Young Hawk Award. First of all, mid-30s, it still feels nice to be called young. So yeah, just super excited. You know, just it shows the work that I put in at the university still, and my involvement as well as the community. That is kind of that recognition. You know, oftentimes volunteer work is a pretty thankless position, and so it really feels great to be recognized for the work that I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, obviously, like you mentioned, just working in the community. The Young Hawk Award is given to one of the biggest alumni in the community. What are some of the things you've been up to this year?
Absolutely. So in addition to I'm a library media specialist for the Dickinson Public Schools. In addition to that, I am the president of the Dickinson Area Public Library Board. So very active in things going on over there, as well as on the board for the Southwest Art Gallery and Science Center. So we're kind of a new entity where we've been working with the community, incorporating science and art opportunities for our community, and super excited to kind of see how the growth goes from there. I also get involved in some local theater, doing the Dickinson Area the Public School Foundation Murder Mystery Dinner Theater every year, as well as just getting out there and supporting what I can, as well as being the chair of the alumni committee for the Heritage Foundation at DSU. So lots of involvement.
So what you're saying is you're just a little busy.
A little busy, yeah.
Busy, yeah.
I always say, out of time, talent, and treasure, being an elementary school teacher, I don't have a lot of treasure, so I try to give my time and talent when I can.
Well, golly, you are great at segueing into my questions. We know, like you said, theater and arts are a great passion of yours. What is some advice you would give to aspiring theater and art students?
Ooh, absolutely. Honestly, having been an education major at DSU, theater is truly what kept me there, and being able to participate both in theater and the choir as well. So, having a smaller university with those opportunities is truly what kept me going. So kind of a bittersweet moment with DSU announcing the program cuts and things like that, as I think of my my core memories from DSU and the group of people that I still hang out with. It's those people that I met through those opportunities. But moving forward, thinking we had lots of people. I myself being a non-theater major, we had lots of people that were non-majors, and so as we get different groups working with the university, or students, if those opportunities aren't available on campus, there's definitely opportunities in the community as well. That it doesn't have to be your main area of study. If you have any interest or just that itch that you've always wanted to do it or try it, to find those opportunities and give it a shot.
So what would you say one of your favorite memories? I kind of feel like I know the answer to this, from when you were a student at DSU and then now to when you're an alumni of DSU.
Sure. So getting ready or right into homecoming week, University Players was the theater organization on campus, and there was always a float contest. I'm not sure if that's still a thing, but we would work for weeks on end on putting together these elaborate floats. I remember one year was Las Vegas theme for homecoming, and we built like the Bellagio, and we had like students with water guns just like going and shooting like the fountains on the float. So that was a ton of fun. And then thinking on some back performances, we did Seussical the Musical, and I played the lead role of Horton the Elephant. And I would say if I could be in one role for the rest of my life, it would be that one for sure. And since I really enjoy how the tailgates have grown and the community, like the way that DSU has really become part of the Dickinson community and really involved all of the different entities and making it one amongst everything else at DSU. So seeing that connection and see that grow has really been, I think, beneficial for the university and for all of Dickinson.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate having you on for the second year in a row now.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you just stick around, you'll have Xander with your recap.
Welcome to the Hawk Talk segment, A Minute with President Easton. I'm your host, Jacob Marley, and in this segment we give Easton 60 seconds to answer a question or multiple questions. The question this week is, what are you looking forward to most for homecoming this year?
It's always great to see people we haven't seen for a while. Of course, the sporting events are always exciting. The football game, to see the honorees both on the academic side and the athletic side, the Athletic Hall of Fame. And this year, we're having an all-class football reunion, which means I'll be able to see someone who was at school when I was here, a man named Chris Walby, who is one of the two largest human beings I have ever known. An incredible football player who a lot of people don't realize, one of the most popular people in Winnipeg, Manitoba, because he played after Dickinson State. He played for the Blue Bombers for a long time, and they love him up there. So it'll be fun. I heard he's coming back. If that's true, he won't recognize me, but he'll pretend to because I'm the president. So that will be fun.
All right, and that's time. Thank you so much. This has been Jacob Marley, President Easton.
My name is Xander Beeson, and I'm here with this week's DSU Weekly Recap. Both cross-country teams will be traveling to Yankton, South Dakota to run in the Mount Marty Invitational. This will be their last race until our conference championships in November. For football, last week the Hawks went against Dacotah State for an in-conference game, which was also our homecoming, and this week they will travel to Mayville to play the Comets. In volleyball, last week was very busy for them as they were on the road to face Bellevue right after they traveled to Dacotah State to play against the Trojans. This week, the Blue Hawks will face Valley City State, and then they will be on the road yet again next week to take on the Mayville Comets. Lastly, I want to give a huge shout out to our spectators and supporters for always supporting the Hawk Talk and everything we do here at DSU. Thank you. Hawks are up.